Endless Hustle is presented by Routine. Routine helps you unlock optimal health and daily performance by leveraging AI, in-home testing, and the latest in digital health tools to create a completely personalized micronutrient formula full of vitamins, minerals, and specialty compounds precisely dosed for your body based on your unique DNA, blood tests, and lifestyle habits. The process is simple, and thousands of members are choosing Routine and reporting results like more energy, better stress management, improved mental clarity, and more. Visit routine.co to join. All right, it is a great day on the Endless Hustle as I'm joined by CEO and co-founder of Rootine, Rachel Sanders. Rachel, first of all, congratulations on all of the success of Routine. What you are building with this incredible brand and these products is freaking awesome, and I need you to tell me all about it. In the first place, I want to start with, you have such a cool story about how Routine came to be. So I'll throw the ball to you. Tell me all about building Routine.
Yeah, awesome. Excited to be here and excited to share more about the story. So Routine, just as a level set, is a precision nutrition company, and we are focused on improving health and daily performance. And really, the story is a personal one. Myself and our other co-founder, Dr. Daniel Wallerstoffer, were both looking to improve our own health and daily performance. And when we looked at the market specifically around nutrition, we were unimpressed, but we knew nutrition really mattered. Close to 90% of people don't get adequate daily micronutrients or vitamins and minerals, which really plays a role in chronic disease and common health conditions like fatigue, stress, a lot of things that we were both experiencing ourselves. And so not finding a personalized or data-driven solution that we wanted, we set out to build one. Daniel is an innovator and a scientist, so really science and data-driven approach, and combine that to create Routine, where we combine AI, so we leverage advances in AI and in-home health testing or diagnostics, and combine that with precision personalized micronutrients and consider individual DNA, lifestyle, and blood test results to really create accurate formulas and give people the software they need to track their health outcomes and how it's working over time.
So as a 43-year-old man myself who works out pretty often, I grew up in the age of take your Flintstone vitamins, here's a multivitamin, and you figured you had it all covered. What you guys are doing, and it sounds so incredible, is essentially almost like a car diagnostic. You're able to get in there and really analyze us and analyze through blood work and all the other various diagnostics that you do, the exact precise type of dosages, vitamins, deficiencies, pretty much everything in order to optimize our performance. Is that essentially what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. And it's been interesting over the last decade. There's really been a ton of advances around people accessing their data and ways that we can. So through in-home diagnostics or going to your doctor and getting testing done there in ways that just weren't possible before. And so we're really helping people access new data and then leverage it to improve how they look, feel, and perform every day. And nutrition science is also relatively new. It's still emerging, but we do know that genetics matters when it comes to how your body processes, utilizes, and metabolizes nutrients. Blood levels matter when figuring out deficiencies, and as does lifestyle. And so you really need to look at all of these data points, combine them and compare them to create and figure out what people need. And without doing it, you're really kind of doing guess and check or running blind, as we say.
So let's turn back the clock. You're not feeling great about your nutrition. You're trying to figure out what you can do. What is the decision-making process? How does this all begin for you? Because I know you went to Harvard Business School. Are you sitting around on a couch and are you like, let me go head to Harvard and figure this thing out?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I started my career in the healthcare industry, but more on the services side, working in investment banking, helping middle market healthcare and technology companies figure out how they grow, and really wanted to contribute to these innovative technologies that were happening, make a big impact. I didn't know what that looked like. So part of my kind of going to business school and getting my MBA was to take the time to figure out how I can make the biggest impact and what kind of company makes sense to start. And I was actually working on my first startup in the musculoskeletal space. when I was still dealing with stress, dealing with fatigue, and connected with Daniel around that same time. And the stars just kind of aligned there. It made sense. We dug in, we spent time looking at the market, we spent time thinking about the solution that we could create. And we had really innovative kind of technology that we were developing, really innovative form factor, so our microbeads, and wanted to launch it to the market because we believed that people needed a better way to, one, leverage their health data that they were all of a sudden getting access to, and two, really have a science and data-driven approach to improving health, which didn't really exist in the market until we launched Rootine.
So I'm always fascinated about how people are able to get a business off the ground. So you come up with this idea, you obviously are able to put the formula together in terms of figuring out how to build it. How the heck do you get it off the ground? How do you get it running?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a challenge. When people ask, like, how do you start? The answer for me that I always give is just start. You don't know kind of where to start, but the first thing is to get your idea out there in whatever way possible. Start to connect with customers, potential customers, get feedback, iterate, and really build a business that connects with people and delivers the outcomes that you want. So it's definitely a hard challenge at the forefront, but you kind of take one step after the other, and we're now at thousands of members and seeing really positive impact from all of them.
So as an entrepreneur, people don't realize it's all ebbs and valleys, right? There are moments where you're like, I'm going to be the next Bill Gates. And then there are moments where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be homeless. As you're going through that process, what were some of the lessons you personally discovered and were able to really learn from as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that ebbs and flows is really valid. And before you start as a founder, you get like, okay, there's weeks or days that it's ebbs and flows, but it's really like hourly or down to the minute. You can have that full like ebb and full flow and back to the ebb within like 20 minutes. So you really need to learn how to manage your emotions and your mood and figure out how to get through those tough times, and also like continue working when things are really exciting. And that's one of the biggest challenges and one of the biggest lessons to really take. And with those ebbs and flows comes a ton of uncertainty and ambiguity. And you really need to figure out how to thrive in ambiguity. And I'm someone, and I don't know if it can be taught or it can be developed, or if it's just innate, but I'm someone who prefers not knowing what's next. And so that specifically works for my personality. But anyone thinking about the startup space, whether it's a company or a podcast or starting their own small business, there's always uncertainty. So figuring out how to live with that and grow within it is key.
So as you're building Routine, whenever I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I always feel like there's a point where there's no more plan B, and they now realize they actually are building something and it's materializing in front of their eyes. What was that point for you where Routine became a business and you're like, all right, we're moving in the right direction?
Yeah. So we've been building remote first since before the pandemic happened. I'm always a strong believer is talent is everywhere, and we want to get the best people in our business. But that moment really came when we hired our second employee and got office space, and were shipping. I was no longer shipping products out of my apartment. We had an office, we had multiple employees, and we were shipping products to hundreds of members at that point, and growing to thousands. And that was really the aha, oh my gosh, we're like employing people, we're helping people, we're shipping things. And from there's been many aha moments since then, but that was the big kind of, this is real.
Let's talk about the process. I want to do Routine. I want to figure this out. What happens next?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have built the platform to be as easy as possible for our members to start. And so what that looks like, the first step is you order your personalized kit and testing. Then you view your results in your personalized dashboard, which is an online experience. You take your product, so you take your micronutrients, and then you track how you're feeling over time with our software tools. And on the testing side, so we look at lifestyle, genetics, and blood levels. On the lifestyle, it's a quick assessment looking at things like age, weight, biological sex, diet, activity levels. Genetics, we enable members to upload 23andMe or Ancestry.com if that's the data they have, or they can take a DNA test that we've created that looks at about 50 genetic variations that all really matter with nutrients. And on the blood testing side, you can also upload data or take one of our blood tests. So we give you a lot of options, but we just really want you to come with the data you have and help you and empower you to leverage that data to really make impactful change in how you live and perform every day.
So what would I start feeling? Routine is working, the program is working. What are some of the differences that I would see as I'm involved in it?
Yeah, I mean, we're here to help you feel better. So there's a variety of kind of benefits that our members are seeing based on internal kind of studies and tracking. 70% see some sort of health improvement. Things like 60% are improving stress levels, 50% are seeing better energy. People are sleeping better. There's better skin health. They're seeing better fitness. And so there's a lot of variety of benefits because it is truly personalized. It depends on kind of where your body is and where it needs to go and how you feel. But beyond that, which is super interesting about Routine, is because we're looking at all these data points, you actually know from the get-go, based on your genetics, if you're predisposed to needing certain nutrients. And for example, there is a gene called the GPX1 gene, which deals with free radicals. Free radicals are bad molecules in the body that cause a lot of damage. Both copies of my gene are broken, so my body just doesn't protect itself the way that other people's does. And I know that I need more selenium and more antioxidants for the rest of my life since learning that. So even from day one, I feel like I'm doing something better for my health and focusing on the long term versus taking it immediately day one and saying, oh, I don't know if this is working. I already know that it is because of my genes.
I'm a huge sports fanatic, and I'm so privileged with this show to have some of the biggest athletes on the planet be able to join me. And I'm able to ask them about their nutrition and fitness. And as you talk to them about this, you understand how much of a science it is to help them with optimal performance. Are there athletes, because this is something to me that I'm listening to and I'm like, man, every athlete should be doing this. Are there athletes that you would love to partner with or talk to? Like, is that something that you guys have already begun expanding into?
Yeah, definitely. We do what a lot of these kind of high performance people do or their coaches are doing, and we do it in an even more personalized way. And we have some exciting announcements coming up on athletes that we are already partnering with, but always looking to expand and work with more folks on that side. One of our advisors is the director of nutrition for a leading NFL franchise, human performance expert. So we're always kind of working with him along with our other clinical advisors to make sure we're kind of doing everything and helping people be at their peak. And so that really resonates with athletes. It resonates with high performers, whether that means at work or at home or on the field.
So as I was prepping for this interview, one thing that struck me is this is a very male-dominated industry. You're obviously a mother, you have a toddler. How does that change the ability to view what's happening in the industry and be able to bring your voice into it?
Yeah, I mean, Next Gen Health is, if you look across the board, there's some amazing companies in women's health. But outside of women's health, it's a very male founder dominated space. And I don't know if that's because it's the psychographic around health optimizers or it's the people that are doing the startups, but I feel like I do have a different perspective. I'm just as high of a performer as the other kind of male founders in the space. But I bring a different mindset. I am a mom. I'm also a founder and need to make sure that my days are optimized as well. So though the kind of high performance lifestyle category, that the biohacker category is predominantly male now, more and more females are seeing the benefits of data-driven decisions, whether that's in finance and real estate and health, and truly believe that this market will open up beyond kind of where it is right now. And want to play a really strong role in helping and make that happen.
So this is a cliche question, but anytime I talk to entrepreneurs, I'm always curious because in a crowded market space, no matter who you are or what you're doing, you've got to figure out a way to stand out. What makes you guys different? How are you able to make routines stand out?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing in a massive market. Personalized nutrition is growing at about 15% year over year. There are competitors, there's going to be new entrants, but we're really building a differentiated and kind of defensible business focused in three main categories. So the first is our process. So the test, take, track approach really is unique, and it gives consumers and members this feedback loop that doesn't exist. They can see what their data looks like, how it's impacting the product, and then see how the product is impacting their health. And that's a really strong metric that really doesn't exist. On the second, on the data and insight side, because we look at more data points across lifestyle, genetics, and blood levels, and working to increase the number of data points that we're really looking at, we deliver unmatched insights that can be really actionable and help people improve their health beyond just cellular nutrition, which is really kind of where we're focused with our micronutrient vitamin mineral product. And then the third is our microbeads. So we deliver our micronutrients, so vitamins, minerals, specialty compounds through microbeads, which are small individual nutrient beads that kind of look like quinoa. They are slow release. They are engineered to absorb better in the body, and they help people take vitamins that really couldn't. Close to 40% of the market can't or won't take large pills. And so we package it in a way and deliver it in a way that makes it easier for people to take. So you can take them with liquid, you can stir them into a smoothie, into your breakfast. So it's a very unique experience and helps more people than just the standard product.
That was going to be my question, because obviously, again, as a very simple human being, understanding how to use this, I need it to be as simple as possible. So yeah. Is it me taking vitamins in the morning? You obviously mentioned mixing it into smoothies. What is it actually like being able to get this into my body?
Yeah, so you can take it with liquid, like a normal kind of vitamin or medicine pill that you're taking. Or you can, if you're a morning smoothie post-workout person, you can dump it in your smoothie. If you like oatmeal or cereal or yogurt, you can do it that way. And we recommend people take it with their first meal of the day. So a lot of our members are intermittent fasters, so they're not necessarily having breakfast. Members really take it in a wide variety of ways at a variety of times. It's super convenient. You can take them on the go. You can travel with them, which people love, but we make it really easy to take what you need.
All right. So we've talked about where you started. We've talked about where you are. Now I want to talk about where you're going.
Yeah.
You've always got to be forward thinking as a business owner. Where do you see Rootine going? Where do you want to see it grow up to 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years down the line?
Yeah, 20 years would be great. So we, our overall mission is to really empower millions across the globe to leverage their health data to improve health through precision nutrition. And so that's really the idea around improving health outcomes with technology and with the innovations in nutrition science and manufacturing that we've combined to help people live and perform better. And so product development wise, we're increasing the data sources that we're looking at. We'll increase the products and the conditions that we're kind of helping people with. So as I mentioned previously, our core product is this cellular nutrition foundation. So making sure that your cells are getting adequate daily nutrition in the form of the micronutrients that they need. But there's a lot of opportunity to help people beyond just developing that strong foundation, whether it's across energy, stress, hormone balance, or more. We really see that data is the trend. Data-driven solutions that are really rooted in science and kind of the innovation is where the world's going, and we're really a main contributor to that sector and that trend.
As I talk to so many of these athletes, to understand the explosion of the nutrition and fitness industry has been mind-blowing to me. How has that impacted? How has that growth and expansion actually impacted the growth and expansion of Rootine?
Yeah, I mean, what that's saying, where rising tides float all ships. So we've definitely seen benefits there, and there's been some really strong education and understanding amongst wider variety of consumers that prevention matters, that thinking about your nutrition really matters. When you look at the data, like 50% of people have some sort of chronic disease, and often those diseases are related to diet and nutrition. And so how we can be better and have better health as a society really matters, and how we can use data to make that happen is kind of the next steps.
I was reading some of the reviews, and you obviously have mentioned the thousands of users, but people love this thing. Has it blown you away to see the feedback and how much people are really enjoying and understanding the process?
Yeah, as a founder, it's always great to see that what you're putting out in the world, people are really loving. And what I love is talking to our members and seeing what they love and where the opportunities are. We're still a earlier stage business, and there's tons of opportunity for growth and expansion, and just thinking about kind of working further towards that mission of empowering people to leverage their data to really make a difference is something I love working towards every day.
We're in such a different world. I think back to my Flintstone vitamin days to now talking to you and literally breaking down the human body to figure out the best way to nutrient it and feed it and make it optimal is freaking awesome. Congratulations. I think you're on the cusp of something monstrous, and just understanding where the industry is going with all the different people from different industries that I talk to. I think you've got an incredible formula with Rootine. So congratulations, Rachel.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining me on Endless Hustle. Take
Thank
care.
you.